Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queens of the Ring. I'm Sarah, and I'm here with my co host, Denise, my good friend and co host. So, yeah, we're here to talk wrestling with everybody. So, yeah, did you have anything to say, Denise?
Just be prepared to laugh. You're not going to be bored. I can promise you that. Like I said, hey, Sean.
Oh, it's Sean C., our good friend.
Yes.
So happy. And Mr. Earl Cole, or as I like to call him, Dusty Cole, because of his dusty impressions. So,
Yes.
so yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, everybody. We're really happy to have everybody here with us tonight. So we're gonna be talking about several different things. So Mitch, if you want to bring up the first topic. Oh yeah, Cameron Grimes got released. So what are your thoughts on that, Denise? Like,
I'm
what do you
just
think?
shocked. I mean, I'm shocked, but I'm not shocked because, I mean, like, they didn't really do much with him. The only time I ever really saw him was in the house shows and everything. I mean, he definitely has the talent. So it sucks and it hurts to see him gone because he did have potential and they just didn't do anything with him. So it's sad because you could have seen him like go places. But I mean, I guess we'll see in the future. I mean, it broke my heart to see his video message about it and everything into the fans. So I mean, it's just I wish him the best of luck and everything. And I know whatever he goes and does, he's gonna give it 1,000%, not just 100. He's gonna give it 1,000%.
Yeah, I think if anything, this probably lit an even bigger fire underneath him to pursue wrestling, to do well in it, continue to train and hone his craft. After watching the video, I felt so bad
Yeah.
for him. I mean, he was really upset about it.
Mhm.
I'm sure he's made a lot of friends there. So having to say goodbye to all of your, a lot of your friends too that you have there, that's probably really upsetting. Um, but yeah, it feels like he got called up not that long ago, and they were using him, and then all of a sudden they stopped.
Yep,
And I don't know why, because he's very good.
he is.
I don't understand, but I do, we talked about this a little bit ago. I do think they're doing these releases because they've got all these contracts, high profile contracts coming up, and they're going to be having to pay a buttload of money to renew Rollins and Becky Lynch and Drew McIntyre. I'm sure they paid a bunch for Finn Balor, Cody Rhodes. Like, they're going to be having to pay, so they probably needed to free up some funds for that. But I mean, the not good thing, but I guess the positive side, you can kind of choose to see it in a positive light, is at least WWE's not like the end all be all for wrestling. He could do like Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre did, and Matt Cardona. They go back to the independents and they really reinvent themselves and they keep their careers going, and then they can go back to WWE. Or he could just stay in the independents. He could go AEW, TNA. He could even go over to Japan.
Yeah, he has a bunch of places he can go.
Yeah, at least he's got options.
Exactly.
Options for him. So yep, I mean, same thing with Jinder and Indashare and all the other, what's the other one? Von Wagner. So, I mean, these are all people that WWE wasn't. Oh, thank you, Wesley. So these are all folks that they weren't using anyway. I mean, I don't even remember the last time we saw Xia Li on TV. I'm sure it was just some random match on Raw, some random group match on Raw. So it's like there's really nowhere for these folks to be used, and it sucks, but they should know. I mean, that's kind of the nature of wrestling. Like, they know that this is a possibility of something that could happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Mikhail, that is a very good point. I mean, that is a very, very good point. There's a lot of pressure being put on the NXT superstars to make a really big splash within a certain time frame. Otherwise, and it makes sense that they would have that kind of time constraint put on them, because they've spent how many years down in the performance center and in NXT. They should have the skills, the knowledge, the promo ability to be able to do what they need to do to make that impact on the main roster. So it's unfortunate, but it's part of being in a wrestling company. They should know this kind of going into it. So it's unfortunate, but I think he'll be okay with how talented he is. I think he'll be just fine.
Absolutely, I agree.
For sure.
I agree.
All right, Mitch, what is the next topic, sir?
Give it to us.
Oh, where will he end up next? I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up. I think he would do well in TNA.
I was thinking too.
I think he would do very well in TNA. I mean, in TNA, I think they've had a lot of shakeup with Scott D'Amore being fired. I think that kind of shook things up for them. So, and that's a smaller promotion. I think it has the feeling of being in NXT, because TNA, they don't travel all over the country. They're not doing house shows. They are just in one sedentary location, doing their tapings, doing their shows. So that might be a good maybe starting off point for him.
Yeah.
I think AEW, could be good. The problem that I have with him going to AEW is that they already have so many people there. and they have a lot of people there that they don't use currently. So would he just get lost in the shuffle?
Yeah. But
I
no,
mean, look at what they're doing to Mercedes. She hasn't even she's not going to even be wrestling for another 5 weeks.
wow.
And she came at it was in Boston, big business, and I think it was the week after Revolution. So in March. So by the time she wrestles, she will have been there almost 2 months. No, she will have been there 2 months by the time she wrestles. And yeah, so I could see Tony Khan like offering him a big contract to try to be petty and sign another WWE person. So I could see that happening, but I would just be fearful that he'd get lost in the shuffle again.
Yeah, no, TNA would
not be
definitely
used.
use with him. He would actually be fantastic, fan-freaking-tastic in the X division. If they put him in TNA, he'd excel
Yeah.
in the division for sure, no doubt.
Can you imagine? I mean, you've got all kinds of people there that can help him as well.
Exactly.
There that can help him with training that he can learn from.
Yep.
Not just men but women too.
Mm-hmm.
But Mikhail, that is a good point too.
True.
Having a light heavyweight title, that would be good. I think that would be a really good option for, if you think you want to put a title on somebody, but you're not quite ready to put them in like the heavyweight or a world title, like WWE's got both.
Yeah.
They've got 2 titles. So, and then they've got the Intercontinental and the United States Championship. So I think having a light heavyweight title definitely could be beneficial for a smaller company like a TNA, because you're able to give somebody that experience and put a little bit more responsibility on their shoulders to prepare them for down the road when they eventually win like a world title or something. Exactly. That's a really good point. I like that.
Big time.
I definitely agree. Oh, yep. May 14th. Queens of the Ring comes back on May 14th, everybody. So mark it on your calendars.
All right.
Well, how do you feel about the new era? What do you think, Denise?
It doesn't have Vince in it, so that's already a start. But I like where it's going. They're actually doing something with it, and I mean they're actually building up the storylines for the pay-per-views. They're not just throwing out random crap here and there and then just putting these people in a match in the pay-per-view when there's no I don't want to say that there's no chemistry between them, but a chemistry that's like that was built, like I said, like built on to make it more personal and everything.
Sure.
So I definitely know. I'm liking it. And then again, I mean, Triple H knows what he's doing. He's actually wrestled. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. He's not just building a company and running it and saying, do this, do that. No, you're not doing that. I don't like you. Go. No. He's actually giving them a chance.
No, that's a really good point. I mean, Triple H has got that experience. He's a wrestler for many, many years. I mean, and not just in WWE. I mean, he was in WCW before he went to WWE. And he had to work his way up. And I know everybody, says that the only reason why he got to where he was in the ring is because, and given the opportunities, was because of being with Stephanie. But I don't really think that's fully the case. I'm sure there's politics going on and stuff. I mean, there's going to be politics going on no matter what company you're with. But he's got that in-ring experience. He was new at one time, so he understands what it's like. I mean, and he ran He created, and ran NXT for
Yeah,
how long?
we did.
So he knows how to work with the talent. He knows what it's like to be a talent. And I think that helps him relate to everybody a lot better. Um, Something that really jumped in speech was that the superstars are getting more creative freedom now than they ever have before. And if there's anybody that's going to know about that, it's going to be Paul Heyman, because Paul Heyman was working, and
Yeah.
I didn't know this, he was working backstage in WWE before he even became an on screen character or personality. So, um,
Mhm.
that I think is fantastic. And I think we already started to see glimpses of those changes back around like Royal Rumble time. That's
Yeah.
for me when I started noticing things kind of ramping up
Mhm.
um, with the changes. But I mean, we're noticing it too. Earl and Nick and I mean, we talked about it last night with on the Raw watch along with the cinematography and the camera work that's going into Raw now. Um, it looks much better. You don't have all those cut shots.
Mhm.
I like those continuous shots that they do. It looks clean. It's different. It gives a different vibe to it. I like the stage presence, or they've got the screen lower now.
Yeah.
Um, and I know part of it is they do it so they can sell the seats behind the screen, or where the big mega, like the big tall screen would be, but it looks better. It just looks better.
Doesn't just look
Um, it looks cleaner, it's more aesthetically pleasing. You can get different, shots. I think you could have a camera person back there, for crying out loud, getting different shots. You open up to a lot more possibilities.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, and and it's so funny because I keep seeing stuff on like Twitter and YouTube videos and things as I turn my head and point to my phone sitting on the seat next to me, sitting next to me. Like, yeah, like on YouTube videos right here.
Yeah.
Um, but but everybody's talking about like how Cody Rhodes, oh, he's not Roman's level with the title, blah blah blah. He has held that title for 3 weeks, people.
Yep.
You gotta let it cook a little bit first. Like, let's go.
Mhm.
Um, but I thought WrestleMania, what this year was the first time they really said there was a new era, but I think we could all kind of see
It,
some of those positive changes. And you hit the nail on the head. I think Vince McMahon not being there is probably the biggest one. Um, that is getting, kind of taking a positive, putting things in a positive direction.
correct. And he's not. I already like just Triple H isn't gonna belittle them. He's gonna help them because he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. Unlike
Yeah.
Vince. And
Yeah. And I understand. I mean, there's definitely something to be said. I get it. It's a business. They have to make money. They have to make, you know, good business decisions, difficult business decisions. So I understand things like sometimes you have to look at things from a business perspective, but I think Triple H kind of sees a lot of these men and women. He
yeah.
kind of sees them like they're his kids or nieces or nephews. He helped bring them into NXT. I mean, look at like Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Kevin Owens, all these different people that were in NXT that Triple H brought into NXT, and then they worked their way up, worked their way through the WWE ladder, and they're all doing amazingly well. And it's like, why would you not want to take somebody's like that? Why would you not want to take their advice? I'm sorry, if I'm a
Exactly.
wrestler, especially a new wrestler, and Triple H says, "Hey, instead of doing it this way, try doing it this way." Why would you not listen to him?
Exactly. No, I agree. And it's just like not only does he has the business side, as well as the like the in-ring side. He's got both. He doesn't have just one view. You're
Yep.
getting 2 views from him. So he like I know I obviously we all know he knows what he's doing. It's just long overdue that it should have happened sooner.
Yeah.
Obviously we know
Yeah.
nothing's gonna happen. But
Yeah.
trudging
It's
forward with
just,
that.
yeah, I mean, and change, it's changes are hard. I'm sure there's people that don't like, or maybe they're not crazy about the changes that are being made, but give it some time and get used to it before you start, before you start dogging on it.
No, exactly. I mean, it's like you see Roman for as champion for 3.5 years, and it's just like, oh, there's Cody's champion. What? It's gonna take getting used to. It's just like,
Oh,
wait, there's a new champion. There's 2 new champions. What?
right.
What's going on?
Between him and Damian Priest, I mean, you gotta give it some time, guys. Like, he's not gonna have a fire promo every single time he's talking.
Yeah.
You got to remember too, they're making Cody, and they've been working on this for a while, making him the new face of the company, like they did with John Cena. So he's got promotional engagements, he has got interviews, I'm sure that he does with TV, radio, magazines, online stuff. Like, he's got a bunch of different hats that he has to wear, in addition to the stuff on that he actually does on TV.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
just give it some time.
Yep.
There's going to be a plan. They've already planted that seed for us in that promo that Cody had with The Rock at the Raw after WrestleMania. Just give it some time. Let it cook a little bit. Cody's not going to be dropping that title anytime soon. I saw, Wesley, he said that AJ's overdue for a title run, and hopefully he wins at Backlash, but Cody wins.
We all already
know. They're not taking the titles, I don't think, off of anybody that just got their titles at WrestleMania. Nobody's losing their titles at Backlash.
And I mean, if anybody, and I'm not just saying it because everybody who knows me knows how big of an AJ fan I am, but I couldn't honestly have picked a better first competitor for Cody than AJ.
Oh, absolutely.
It's their first time in the ring together. I mean, it's gonna be a good match, and I know that AJ is gonna push him, which is gonna make Cody a better champion.
Oh, definitely. I definitely agree. It's always good to be with different.
Mitch, shut up. Mitch, shut up.
Who would have thought that Denise is an AJ Styles fan?
No.
Color me shocked.
Absolutely not.
Right?
Can't stand the guy, Jesus.
Right. But no, I think it's good. It's gonna help build him, not just as a champion, but I think overall to be with all different kinds of people in the ring.
Yeah.
And you've got somebody with AJ's knowledge and experience. Again, it's like, I'm sure when they're practicing going over stuff for their match, I would be soaking in and listening to everything he says, considering the suggestions that he makes, because he's got the experience.
He does.
So yeah, I mean, Backlash, I don't know. I think Backlash is kind of pointless because, again, nobody that just won their title at WrestleMania is going to be losing their title 3 weeks later. That's not happening. I'm not trying to be negative. That's just the truth. I don't think they're going to be taking a title off of Cody or Damian at all.
No, but yeah, I agree.
I don't think it's too soon. It's too soon. Like, we got to give it some time to cook before people start poo-pooing on it.
Exactly.
As well.
I agree.
So, okie dokie.
Next one, Mitch. You like the new
Mitchell.
do you like the new tag team title belts? They're different. I mean, the Raw ones are, again, they're different. I mean, I do like the Raw ones better than the SmackDown. When I saw the SmackDown ones, I was like, those look like something that belong on an NXT UK. Like, what
See,
is
I thought the opposite. I like the SmackDown ones better than I like the Raw.
really?
Well, I think it's because the Raw ones, they look so similar to the titles, the tape titles they just had.
Yeah,
Except they're a black belt instead of red or blue.
this is true.
And plus, the symbol, like the round ones, it always, I told Earl this, like the big part of the belt, it makes you think it's a giant silver dollar. That's what it looks like to me, is a gigantic silver dollar.
It does.
I'm like, I don't know, but I like the SmackDown ones because it's old school. They look old school to me. I think they're beautiful. I think
They are.
look different. They look very different. And I really hope the rumors that we've been hearing, because I think maybe it was on Pat McAfee's show. I'm trying to remember. Cody said wants to suggest to Triple H to bring back like a form of the Winged Eagle belt, like the old world title belt that they had back during the Attitude Era. I'm like, now that would be awesome. I would really like to see like a new reimagining of that. I think that would be really neat.
Absolutely.
But,
no, yes, bring old school back.
and
No.
I'm really glad they decided to. I'm really glad they decided to split up those belts.
No. Serious, I am too. No, I am too. I just don't know why it took them 2 freaking years to do it.
Well, we've been saying on the Raw Watch along with Earl, we've been saying it for months now. They need to just split up those belts. And I understand the premise that the champs can float between Raw and SmackDown, but the fact to me, the fact that they had them split up and they had them separated in the match, tells me that that Triple H and the rest of the staff, they're really going to be holding true to having 2 separate brands. So you keep the Raw people on Raw and the SmackDown people on SmackDown. There's no like intermingling of the superstars. That's why it's infuriating, because it's like, well, why even bother having 2 different shows, and 2 different brands if you're just going to be, having people bebop between the shows. I think that's silly.
No, I agree. I don't know why they just. I mean, you had that once, and then you had the brand split. I just don't know what they were thinking or possessed them to unify the 2 belts to begin with, just to have like one person essentially hold it hostage and not defend it like they should have been doing properly. Whereas again, you have a belt on each brand, which is just how it should have been to begin with. I don't know why they stopped that at all, and now like they're bringing it back. I mean, again, for me, it all just comes right back to Vince doing that. And with him gone, we're all starting to see the differences of the way it used to be.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I mean, and I think with unifying, like when they unified Roman's title, or the Undisputed and the other belt, when they unified those, I think that, into one belt, I think that perhaps would not have been so bad had those belts been on somebody that wasn't a part-timer. Because you had Roman, who has a legit part-time contract. And this is why I always say part-time people should not hold a title, because they're not there enough to defend it. And he's not there to defend it. He's not there to give other wrestlers opportunities to go for the belt. So like I said, I could see unifying it if it was on somebody like a Damian Priest or Seth Rollins or Cody or somebody that is worthy of it, or even, AJ Styles, Cody, or AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Randy, like somebody on SmackDown that was there to put the title on the line and actually be there to wrestle.
Yep,
But
exactly.
but I think that's good because that, again, it shows that they've got two separate sets of belts for both the different shows. It shows that they're taking the brand split seriously. So, what did Earl? Oh, Winged Eagle was Vince's design. Triple H is a little against bringing it back. Well, he doesn't exactly have to bring that back. Just an iteration of it, perhaps something. And I think the SmackDown tag titles are a perfect example of that. They look old school, but I mean they're new, but they look old school. Kind of bringing that old school feel back a little bit. But yeah, I do like the new belts, but like I said, the Raw ones, they just look like silver dollars to me.
With red lettering on it.
Yes, they do. That's what they kind of really looked when I first saw them. I was like, those look just like the ones they took off of the Miz. Like, only it's a black belt instead of blue or red.
Yep.
Way to be creative, guys. Way to be creative. But it's good though that they look so different though, being that they're on two different shows. So that's nice because you can really differentiate them.
Exactly.
But
exactly. We know, Earl. You're old school.
Earl, we know you're old school, Earl.
You're the coolest, Earl. Come on now.
He's the coolest old school guy I know.
Yeah, right.
Yes, he is.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy's thumb.
This is for you, Mitch.
This is Mitch's favorite. Greatest WrestleMania of all time. See, I don't know.
That's hard. Like for me, I was thinking about it because I did get to see the topics a couple of days ago, and I was thinking about that, and I'm like, well, maybe it might not be the greatest one of all time. It definitely, I mean, it was my first one, and I definitely did appreciate it. WrestleMania 36. It was during the pandemic. It gave people something to watch. They didn't stop. They had a work around all of like the protocols and everything, and they made it work. That, I mean, like everything literally just stopped. They didn't stop. They kept it going. And that's why it gave people that escape during hard times to be able to not even just WrestleMania, but all of the pay-per-views. They found a way to make it work. And I mean, for me, I appreciated that a lot. Because it's like they're not just like, hey, okay, we have a pandemic going on. We're stopping everything all like cold turkey. They didn't do that. So, I mean, that's
yeah, I mean, I think calling something the greatest of all time, I think that's kind of subjective. Because what Denise thinks the greatest of all time, I might not, or vice versa. Oh boy, here comes trouble.
Oh yeah, I saw that. No, it's all right, Nikki. You don't want none. It's all right. I got you.
Yeah. Or I'll use his other one. Nana. He says that so much better than I do. It's fantastic. But no, I think it's no Nick. Nick says that. When we do tell you a little, so when we watch Dynamite or really anything AEW, when we see this guy named Prince Nana come on, he does a dance, and Earl always says, "Nick, come on," because Earl and I will sit there and do the dance, and Earl say, "Come on, Nick, do the Prince Nana," and Nick goes, "Nana," like. like LA Knight does. He says it so much better than I do. I can't do it justice, but it's super funny. But no, I mean, as far as greatest of all time, I think that's kind of like subjective. I definitely think this just it had a different feel to it for me.
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe it's because so much, at least for me anyway, so much was riding, so much was on the line with the Cody and Roman match. Something that they'd never done before was like having that like kind of a two-part main event
Yes.
between night one and night two, where the result of night two, what happened in the night two main event was a direct result of something that happened in the night one main event. So this WrestleMania felt much different, and I think they really did that on. I think they did that by design to
Mhm.
really usher in this new era,
Correct.
so to speak. Um, but I thought night night two for me was better than night one.
Agreed.
Um, but I mean, there were still fantastic things that happened on night one. I think it's just with.
Everything that happened.
Oh, here we go. Nick says WrestleMania 40 was only the fifth Mania I've watched, and 35 was my number one because it was my first. But this year's blew it out of the water. Pure cinematic masterpiece, Marvel Infinity War and Endgame feel. Yep, most definitely. And I said this um, before it was after Cody won the Rumble and before The Rock really became involved. I said it. Cody's gonna go after Roman again. I said he better hope he made a bunch of friends along the way
Okay. Yep.
since he lost WrestleMania last year, because he's gonna need to combat the bloodline. Because like Earl says, they're gonna be up to things. So
The bangs.
they're always up to things. They're always pulling nonsense. They're always doing shenanigans. And it was so cool to see the way it played out. I mean, you had Jimmy come out, Jay
Mhm.
came to combat that. Then you
Mhm.
had Solo come out. John Cena came out to get his pound of flesh off of Solo for Solo beating him up the last time they had a match. And then you had The Rock come down for John Cena and so on. So it was Cody Ventures Assemble. That's very true, Nick. Yes, it did. It was crazy. I was like, holy crap, they actually did it. Like it
Yeah.
really was Avengers. It really was like Avengers. It was cool. I thought it was, and everybody says it was overbooked, but I think it was
Perfect.
overbooked in the best way possible. I thought it was fantastic. It's what needed to happen. You got the title off of Roman. You gave him like a proper like cinematic send off,
Mhm.
um, for him dropping the title to Cody again to usher in this new era. You had a change of the guard, so to speak, with it. So I don't know if it was necessarily the greatest of all time, just because I'd want to be educated and informed. So I'd want to go back and watch all the other WrestleManias and just see.
Correct.
But and I think you could take something from each WrestleMania and say, "Oh, that was great," or "That was wonderful," or "This was awesome."
Mhm.
Um, you really could do that, I think. But again, something being just like they say, John Cena is the greatest of all time. That's subjective because other people may not think he's the greatest of all time. I think there needs to be like set criteria for maybe determining that, but that is true. I was surprised she was. I guess not surprised when you look back on it, but I was surprised when she came down to the ring for
Yeah.
the night two. That was awesome. I thought it was great. It was fantastic to see her there again. I wonder. Now my question is, I wonder if she's gonna be taking a more active role in
The
WWE and now that Vince is not around. But
yeah.
again, that's up to Endeavor and TKO. It really depends on them. It's not like she can just call her dad and get her job back again, you know?
Right, Dad, can I have my job back?
Right? It's not like she can do that. She can't just say, "Okay, I'm back now. The big
Mm-hmm.
the big bad guy is gone. The big heel's gone. I want my job back." You know. And who knows? Maybe she doesn't want to come back, but she still wants to be somewhat, somewhat be a part of it.
Exactly.
But I thought it was cool. I was surprised to see her, but
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really nice to see her again. It was great.
I
So
agree. All right, Mitchie. Best WrestleMania main event ever.
I don't know. This is why I need this questions ahead of time so I can think of something.
Yeah, come on, Mitch.
Um. Oh my gosh.
What is that?
The best WrestleMania main event ever. Again, I think it's subjective. The main event night too. I thought it was absolutely excellent. Like I
Yeah,
said, it was overbooked, but in the best way possible.
that was definitely the best match of the night. That was the best. Again, biased opinion. I mean, I'm trying to think of the other matches for both nights. I mean, again, I'm being biased, but I honestly think it was the best match out of both nights. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was good. I like the Sami Zayn Gunther match just
That was
because
good. Yeah.
because there was so much at stake for Sammy, and he had
Mm,
that underdog feeling, fighting from underneath to rise to the occasion to put out the big bad Gunther. Um, but yeah, I thought the main event was just style. I mean, we already talked about it a little bit. Like I thought it was just fantastic. It was so cool. The only thing that would have made it better is if Stone Cold Steve Austin would have came out. And I really was thinking that's where we were headed, just because that was The Rock's biggest nemesis
mm-hmm.
during the Attitude Era. It was Stone Cold and The Rock. And it's funny because last night let's see, KO Sami Zayn. Oh yeah, that was good too.
Yeah,
That was another one. Becky, Charlotte, Ronda, WrestleMania 35 main event. Yeah,
that
it
was
was.
really good. Yeah, first Smith.
Yeah, we'll get to Seth Rollins because we'll get to Seth Rollins for sure. Because I feel a certain way. Nothing bad. I feel a certain way though. But yeah, it was really good. Like I said, the only thing I think would have made it better would have been Stone Cold, and that's who I think everybody was expecting it to be, Stone Cold, just because they went back and forth, and those two, they would have matches over and over and over again, but they gave them a different feel every time they had a match. It wasn't like last night when you had Imperium versus a New Day for the 5,000th time. Boring.
Agreed.
It's like, can we move on from this, please? Like, it's boring. No one
Mm-hmm.
wants to see this crap again.
Yeah.
But I think that's why they did it, though, is because they were. I still can't believe they broke up Imperium. It's weird.
I
But
saw
anyway,
just the way
yeah,
they had Gunther was kind of manipulating. Oh my god, why am I drawing a blank?
Kaiser.
Thank you. I'm like, why am I drawing a blank on his name?
Don't worry, I usually do that.
Just the way he was kind of silently, but at the same time not silently, like manipulating him. And
Yeah.
then when you started seeing Kaiser turning on Vinci, like I saw
Yeah.
everything.
Well, I think we've been hearing rumors about it for a while now, at least for the last couple of weeks. Um, just the side eyes, the dirty looks, and you know, I mean, I don't like particularly care for Kaiser, but man, he can sneer like nobody's business. That guy has got a sneer on him.
Yes, he
But
did.
yeah, I thought the main event, yeah, it was just perfect in every way. I mean, and it's not bad that we got the Undertaker. It makes sense because the Undertaker and Rock had a lot of matches back
Mm-hmm.
in the day. So I mean, it did work. And the pop that Taker got when you heard that first
Yup.
that first bell, when that bell tolled for the first time, oh my gosh, people were losing their minds.
Yeah, even
So
me. I was just like, I sat there. I said, I was like, what is going on? Oh my god!
I was like, holy shit, it's Undertaker. Seriously? Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. So I mean, if we couldn't get Stone Cold, I'm glad it was Taker because he's got a wonderful reputation in WrestleMania. I still don't think they should have ended his streak like at all. I still don't think they should have. They should have kept that intact all while he was wrestling.
Yeah,
For sure, hands down. But no, I thought the main event was great. And it just had a different feel. And again, like I said, we said this before, it lends itself to this new era.
Yep.
They not only said it was a new era, Stephanie didn't only say it in the beginning of night 2, they actually showed us it was
the new era. Yep.
The new era. Yeah. Kind of the proof's in the pudding, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mitchie. Didn't we just talk about him? I agree. 100 freaking percent. I agree too.
1000%. Hands down.
Just doing night 1, taking the beating that he did.
Nick. Yeah.
Nick, go away. It's okay. You don't want none. It's okay though. It's all right. It's okay. You're forgiven. But getting beat the hell out of him night 1, and then getting the hell beat out of him. Actually, you know what? I like your idea. Hold on, Sarah.
Oh.
No, you're good. Hold on. Do this while I continue to talk. That's for you, Nikki.
Oh, that is the best ever. It's the best ever. Oh my god.
Damn. Damn. And then
you gotta say it like Ron Simmons though. Damn.
I love Ron Simmons. Whenever he comes out, you know you're getting a damn.
Oh, you have to. He has to do it. It's like ever since he started doing that, it is a given now that he has to do it.
Yeah.
You can't not do it.
Oh, but no, yeah, getting beat up night 1 and then getting beat up again night 2. Then to come back and be in the part of the main event. What would he? You just earned yourself a 1-0. I should. Okay, Teddy.
Okay, Teddy Long. Oh my gosh, you just earned it. And it's so funny. As I was reading that, I was reading it in Teddy Long's voice. Oh man, I love going back and watching those old episodes. I'm so glad I have Peacock.
Yeah, right, exactly. I second that. But no, and then just to come back and to be part of the main event as when I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I did. I'm sure a lot of other people did too. When the Shield music went off, I immediately was like, "There's no way Dean did Dean. There's no way." And then, because it just didn't make sense for me at first. I don't know why. Sadly, my brain does not work that way all the time. Thinking, "Oh, it's Seth is coming out again." No, and then
right.
But then just see, he even got beat up during that match too. So it's just no, he definitely was MVP of WrestleMania for sure.
Earl says that Nick's turning heel now.
He's been heel, Earl. What are you talking about? John Ambrose. Jesus.
Dean Moxley.
Dean Moxley. John Ambrose.
Well, I thought about it, and then, because that's what I first thought. I'm like, no effing way did they get John Moxley to come in here. Wait, Siri? Because the music just kept playing and nobody was coming out. So I'm like, okay, but why aren't they moving the camera around to go like look for the person in the crowd? And then I
Correct.
had remembered, I think it was that week or the week before, I'd remember Earl had said during Dynamite that John Moxley was gone for a while from AEW because he was doing a bunch of independent shows and he was over in New Japan winning the IWGP title. So I remembered that and I'm like, okay, well then where the hell is Rollins?
Yeah.
Or maybe, and then they weren't doing anything, so I thought maybe they were just doing it like as like to distract The Rock or Roman or both, just
Mhm.
like as a distraction, so
Yeah.
Cody could kind of have a bit of a break.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because no, I remember seeing Roman's face during the Royal Rumble when Seth came out to the Shield music. I was just like, oh, this is fan freaking tastic. I absolutely love this. So for them to do it
it
again,
was so. The
oh,
look on his face was so funny. He's
yeah,
like,
because he had the same face at the Royal Rumble 2 years ago, and then again.
he did. He's just like, really?
Why
I'm
are
not
we?
amused by this.
Nope. But we all are.
Well, yeah, because we get to hear the Shield music, and it just, I think it gives everybody kind of a warm, fuzzy feeling
It brings
because the Shield, seeing those three guys together, it just sucks. We only, I can't believe this when I heard the Shield was only around for like a year and a half or something.
Yeah, they were. They were.
I was like, wow, maybe that's why it felt like such a big deal.
That they brought it back the way they did. We need a one-on-one match just like Rollins and Reigns before they are fully done. No doubt we'll get that.
Absolutely, we do.
No doubt.
For sure. Yeah, when they're both healthy,
Mhm.
when Seth's knee isn't all messed up. But I mean, you got to figure Seth, and I've been hearing stuff, and I'm sure you have too. People saying that Seth was, the in his knee being hurt, it was part of a story. It was fake. It wasn't real. It was part of a storyline. Well, it was real, obviously. Of course, they wanted to use him in WrestleMania, so they're not going to have him wrestling on Raw every week leading up to WrestleMania if he's already got a bum knee. And the
Mhm.
fact that he had as severe a knee injury as he did, and he was fantastic. Now, the overall build for WrestleMania, it was like Earl would say, lackluster. It was
Yeah.
very lackluster. But I thought Rollins played his part perfectly. Um, no full on torn meniscus. He just had surgery. Yeah. Um, yeah, I remember hearing that he had surgery last week. That he had surgery a week ago to fix it.
Mhm.
But the fact that his knee was already screwed up and he's still making appearances every night, not just on Raw. Some weeks he was on SmackDown as well. Um, I thought he played his part perfectly in the build up, not only for the match with Cody and Roman, but also his own match with Drew McIntyre.
Mhm.
Um, the way he kept trolling Drew through through
Yeah.
the build up, I thought it was great.
Awesome.
Um,
Absolutely. There's a clip going around. He modified how he did the stomp to Drew, I think, in night two.
he he changed. I'd heard that he had to change his move set up on night two because of his knee. So he didn't do a pedigree. He didn't do the stomp the same way. Yeah, I felt so bad for the guy when in a bunch of like, and they made the rounds on Twitter and other social media where Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Jey Uso to help him up off the ground because he literally could not get up off the ground.
Yeah, I remember
His
seeing that.
I mean, you could tell the look on his face. Like he had tears in his eyes. He's in that much pain.
Yep.
The fact that he powered through the tag match, okay, and his knee was already bad, I'm sure, really hurting. He did that tag team match. And then he had the match with Drew. And then he came out and was a part of Cody and Roman's match. Like, come on.
Yep.
You know, he lost on night one. He's the one that took the pin on night one. Then he loses his title to Drew on night two. And then he gets his knee so far messed up that he's got to have surgery.
Yeah.
Like, he absolutely is the MVP of WrestleMania. He did an amazing job. I hope that surgery went well and that he takes a good amount of time off so he can rehab his knee and just rest. That man has been busting his ass for over a year now.
Yeah, ever since he won the title, he's been busting his ass.
Yes. Oh my God.
Didn't even make his way in there the first time to take that chair. Oh, jeez.
You know, I remember reading something about that he couldn't, like, was having a hard time getting into the ring.
That's crazy.
To be able to take that chair shot. And I wonder if that's why they did 2 different shots to him. Like,
I'm gonna need to go back and watch these matches.
First, the Rock got him with that big weight belt, and then that's when Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah, his back has been messed up for a long time. Yeah, just God, that guy just keeps giving his all.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since he came to NXT, I mean, the guy's been a star. Like, he's just, and I know, you know, his current character is not everybody's cup of tea. Some people find him obnoxious or, I'm sure, annoying. I think he's hilarious.
Clothes are obnoxious.
I know, obnoxious. Like, I look forward to it because that's one thing that's, like, not super duper serious. Like, I know. Oh, thank you, Robert. Thank you for joining us tonight. No, I think that's why I look forward. Like, I like this characterization that he's doing because, you know, for me, it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, I look forward to seeing what crazy crap he's wearing in the, you know, down to the ring. What crazy outfits he's wearing, what crazy boots or glasses or what have you. Oh, thank you, Robert. That's so nice.
Thank you.
I very much appreciate it. So yeah, that's why I enjoy it. I mean, he makes me laugh. I don't think there's anything wrong with people singing the theme song of a wrestler. Like, it's crowd, you know, the crowd is getting into it. You know, that's why I don't, whether they're singing Nakamura's song, Cody's song, Seth's song, I don't care. Like, if people want to go sing the theme song for a favorite wrestler of theirs, let them. Who gives a crap?
Yep.
It's fun. People are there to have fun. They're there to escape.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's why I enjoy watching Rollins because I think he's funny. He's obnoxious. He's goofy.
But he's serious when he's in the ring.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
he's serious when he's in the ring. What kind of music? I like rock myself. That's just me.
A little bit of everything.
Oh,
it depends. But definitely a little bit of everything. Yeah. We all know, though, that Mitch's new favorite song is AJ's old theme.
That's too funny.
Love you, Mitch.
I think that's hilarious.
With that one. Oh, I love rap. See, he even agreed. Listen to it for an hour straight on loop, you crazy man.
I like older rap, like stuff. I was just gonna say Tupac, Biggie. I like older rap, nothing super new or anything like that. Can't stand any new music lately because it all just seems like it's not it. It's not hitting it for
It's
me
not
at
the way
all.
it was back in like Earl said, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, even the 2000s. It's like once you started hitting like 2015 and on, it's like, what is this garbage?
Right.
Last
Right.
good rap song was Lil Wayne, Get Low.
Sorry, that was my husband. He heard me talking. He's a music buff.
Love
We've
it.
got guitar. His guitars are hanging on the wall right here in the living room. So, yeah, he loves music. But no, I mean, I like everything. I just don't like super duper old country. I don't like the newer rap or anything. It just doesn't do it. It just doesn't do it for me at all. But yeah, Tupac is great. I listened to Tupac all the time when I was in high school. I think, well,
Tupac,
before
Twist
that.
Up, Do or Die.
Yep. But yeah, I listen to all kinds of music. Grew up listening to classic rocks. That's what my mom listened to. So I grew up listening to like the Eagles and Steely Dan and the Doors,
Billy Joel.
CCR. Yeah, like classic rock. That's what I. Taylor Swift.
Journey, not Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah, I like Journey too. Like music from the '80s too. Like I grew up. I have an older brother who's about 12 years older than me, and that was when Metallica first came out. So I was in kindergarten when he was a senior in high school. So that's how big our age difference is. And whenever he would babysit me, we'd always have Metallica on. So yeah, I grew up. So that's why I love Metallica, because I grew up listening to it when I was a little kid of kindergarten, headbanging with Metallica. You know.
Everybody's like, what is wrong with this girl? Why is she listening to Metallica at such a young age?
Yeah, Metallica, Pantera, Megadeth, like those types of. I mean, I listen to everything. Like I said, I just don't really care for like really old country music. I'm not a big fan of that, but I'll listen really to anything.
Same thing. Last good country was in the 90s.
Yep. Last good country was in the 90s, really. Now it's more pop.
Yeah, thinking, like 90s and early 2000s country were
Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, Robert, thinking on the same level. Metallica is fantastic. Like I said, I love them. So, but yeah, that's what is our next topic, Mitch?
Brownie security. Oh yeah, it is 9:00. It's brownie time. The Cable's heel turn. We saw it coming from a mile away. The way he's been getting screwed because of the with the IC title and everything, and his almost opportunities, and then when he had an opportunity, he got screwed with that. So it was a long time coming. Definitely a long time coming. But it's new for him. So, and I think seeing him last night, the way he belittled the three of them, and I was just like, that hurt to watch. But I mean, like, the way he did it, just the way he did it.
Yeah, I said this last night to both Nick and Earl. I said, it seemed WWE, they've been bringing bullying into storylines a lot. I don't like it. I do not like it. The way they had Candice LeRae bully Maxine in the ring, I don't like it. Like, it does not need to be on television. Like, no. Do you really want people to have their children watching this crap? No. Thinking it's acceptable to do that? Absolutely not. So I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. And I think it's only a matter of time, even though Otis like agreed with Chad Gable and said, yeah, it's my fault, or whatever he said. He like basically appease Chad Gable last night.
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of time before he pushes Otis too far and Otis like
on him.
smacks someone. I think I said to Nick, I think I responded to something. Maybe it wasn't Nick, maybe it was somebody else. But I said, I think that Otis needs to do the caterpillar to Chad Gable and knock some sense into him because he
Agreed.
was so mean to those three last night.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. But we'll wait and see what happens. I think it's like he just snapped. Like mentally, I think it's like he snapped after losing to Sammy. He probably figured, as nice as he was to Sammy and helping him train for his WrestleMania match with Gunther, I don't think that Chad Gable thought Sammy would win. And I think he was probably really mad that he couldn't beat Sammy because he probably is like, oh, I'm better than he is.
Yeah.
But he's the one that has the title, sir. You don't
Yep.
have the title. So
Yeah,
Robert, we did Earl, Nick, Mac the Giants fan and I, we actually live streamed Dynasty on Sunday. So Earl and I are actually going to be talking about that tomorrow night or not tomorrow night, on Thursday night on the Wrestling Experience. So come back to the Hardcore Sports Network on Thursday. Or you can even come back tomorrow night and watch us. We're going to be streaming Dynamite tomorrow night. Earl, Nick, and myself. We're going to be watching it tomorrow. So sorry, I just wanted to respond to him. I didn't want him to think. I didn't want him to think I was ignoring his comment.
No, good.
Oh, I hope not. The FTW title, it's not even a real title anyway. Like, so I wonder if that means, because there's been a lot of talk that Hook losing to Chris Jericho and Chris Jericho getting that FTW title means that Hook is going to leave AEW and go to the Performance Center, like go to NXT.
Okay.
It might not be bad for him. He could definitely get help. He could get additional training. But yeah, I really hope that he doesn't give that he doesn't give that title a different name, because that's the title that Taz created. So, but yeah, I hope that's not I hope that's not the case. But yeah, so why can't his daddy train him? Well, I think because Taz is perhaps retired from being in the ring. That's why I think maybe Taz isn't, like, at least on screen anyway. That would be my guess, is because Taz is retired from in-ring competition, that he won't do it anymore. I don't think he can. I think Earl said on Wednesday last week when we did Dynamite, I thought Earl said something. It was like his knees, or maybe Nick said it was his knees, I think. And that's why he can't do it anymore, because of his knees.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah, I know. Jerusalem. Yeah, I was not excited to watch that match. I'm like, this is so boring. Nobody gives a crap about this match. And they scheduled it last minute. They scheduled it just a couple days before Dynasty. I think that's I hate when, no matter who it is, it's TNA, WWE, AEW. I don't like when they schedule that, the matches last minute for a pay-per-view.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm sick. I'm not feeling the greatest. That's why I have my tissue here. So I keep wiping my nose. I apologize. My voice probably sounds a little funny, guys. So I do apologize. I'm fighting a bit of a cold. So
something's going around. I mean, I was sick during Blaze's when we did the interview with Blaze. So I mean,
I forgot about that. I forgot you were super sick.
Oh, something's going.
Yep.
So
Yep.
be what it be.
let's see. Do we have any other topics or questions? Oh,
No,
oh,
who? Oh,
that's
man.
it.
Wow.
Sad.
More. That is sad.
Hey, if you guys want to keep going, keep going. Talk about anything.
Does anybody like? Do you
If you guys
guys?
have any questions for the ladies, you
Yeah.
want to go for it? Oh wait, I gotta change my thing. Hold on.
That's better.
I'm good now.
Yes.
If you guys have any questions for the ladies, you guys can keep going and just let me know when you're done.
Feel free to ask.
Okay. Yeah. Any questions, or if there's anything you guys want to talk about? I feel like being like Cody Rhodes. What do you want to talk about?
What are you talking about? Oh God. Where?
I am in Wisconsin. I live in southeast Wisconsin, and Denise is down in Florida. So we're in two separate parts of the country.
Two different time zones still.
Yeah, Denise is an hour ahead of me. It's 8:13 where I live. So
9:13 here. Yes. Gotta love how one thing brings people from different parts of the world together. Brooklyn. Earl's from Brooklyn. I'm originally from New York. Been here for 20. Moved here in 98. So November.
oh wow.
November will be, holy crap, 20
Yep. Mitch is in New Jersey.
odd years. And I'll get your address from Earl, Mitch. Don't you worry.
Uh-oh. Are you gonna send him an Orange Cassidy shirt?
Ooh, I like that idea. But he'd be mean to it, so I don't know if I want to do that.
He would probably be bitter and film himself burning it in a garbage can or something.
I'm not getting you an AJ Styles shirt. You can buy your own AJ Styles shirt, Mitch. If I can buy my own AJ shirts, you can buy your own AJ shirt.
I agree.
See?
Oh, see? Earl likes the Knicks. Yeah, wrestling is a sport I'm really, into the most. I'm not big on like football or basketball or anything, but
For me, it's
I've been watching wrestling since I was a little kid. So,
I mean, like, I watched football for years. Like, I watched it religiously. And then, I mean, like, it took backseat to wrestling. And people are like, what? And I was like, yeah, I know. I was like, I can't explain it. And then, I mean, like, so, I mean, I'll watch, obviously, when the season's going, I'll watch football.
sure.
Like, and I just enjoy college. I look forward to college more than I do pro now. It just seems college is more entertaining and more exciting. I've noticed.
Okay.
Big time. Like, big time. But, I mean, that's me. Have you guys had rehearsals? Yes. Have you guys met any wrestlers yet, and what was the experience? I mean, I have met a couple of them. Sarah, you need to get your booty moving. Sarah, you need to get your booty moving with that.
I know. Unfortunately, I've never met any wrestlers yet, but I hope to. I think it would be really fun. Go to like one of those conventions or something.
Oh, those are the best. Or even the house shows. If there's ever a house show that comes near you, like, even if you can, because I mean, I just got
Thank you.
a resale ticket for August, and it's going to be in Fort Myers again for $150 on the friggin' aisle.
Wait, for WWE?
Yeah, house show.
Oh my gosh, Denise, that's awesome.
I was just like, and then like last year it was literally like the same thing. It was for $200. This is when I had my interaction with AJ. that I was not expecting like at all. I mean, it's like last second decision, went to go see seats just for fun, and I saw that there was that one seat left. It was $200. Like, you can't beat that. I'm going. I don't care. And I went
Oh,
and
wow.
to enjoy, like, I mean, this is like, I was like, oh, this is like, and I'll get to interact with them because they're gonna be like right there. And I mean, I got an experience that I was not even expecting to. Like, I mean, I follow, obviously, I follow AJ on Twitter, and I had like tagged him in like the occasional tweets and everything. And like when he was out last year, I mean, like he liked a handful of tweets. And when he came out, all I was like expecting I wasn't even expecting that. I just held up my hand for like the 2 sweet, whatever. I got that. And then he stopped and turned to me and he's like, I've seen your tweets. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm like, what just happened? He recognized me from tweets. You don't get that. Like, you don't get that. It's rare. So it's just like for something like that to happen.
That's so cool.
I'm like, that's like one
Wow.
thing I'll never not get tired of. And I mean, I do have a couple of wrestlers that come through my store. I work at a grocery store. I've had Joey Gargano. I've had Tommaso Ciampa. And I just said Joey. I meant Johnny. I don't know where the hell my brain is going. Jesus Christ, Denise. Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. I've had Candice LeRae come through with Johnny a couple of times. I've had Angelo Dawkins. I had Alexa Bliss come through once. I've had Solo come through a couple of times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was fun. Not
interesting.
I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. I want to say that there is. I just don't know why I'm having. When he lived over in this area, Buddy Murphy or Buddy, however you want to refer to him to.
Buddy Matthews,
yeah,
whatever.
Through all the time, and I helped at another store, and him and Rhea Ripley came through. Yup.
Really?
That's serious. I was helping out at the store because they needed help because I guess it was it November of 2020 or was it November of 21? And it's just like, I guess a lot of the office staff had gotten wiped out from COVID, so they needed help. And so I was helping out at that store one day, and I was watching the front, and then I just happened to look up and over in the self-checkout area, and I was like, here comes Buddy Matthew and Rhea Ripley, and I was just like, holy shit, what is this? And then it's just like, I just treated them like any other customer, so it's just like,
yeah.
I was like, have a good day, guys, and everything, and they both like, and I was just like, wow.
They probably appreciate that more than you know.
Yeah.
For you not to like geek out and act all crazy and stuff like that. They probably appreciate the fact that you just treat them politely like any other customer.
That's the way I want to. And then they're like, well, what if AJ came through? What if Drew came through? What if Randy came through? And I'm like, I can't answer that because they're different for me. But I mean, I'm not gonna like run up to them and be like, oh my God, can I have a picture kind of a thing. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that.
Here, can you sign my t-shirt that I'm wearing? Like, you know what I mean?
Literally.
Act like a total dork. Like, no, you're gonna, I think, act appropriately for sure.
No, I mean, I like to treat them like they are another human being, like they are a customer, because that is exactly what they are.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think
that's a very good. I think it's a good point. I think they, like I said, I think they probably appreciate that more than you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they deal with all kinds of crazy people and people freaking out and just going wild and stuff. So just to have a sense of normalcy.
Yeah. And I mean,
I'm sure they appreciate it.
Let them know that I know who they are too. So it's just like I said, I just treat them like any other customer.
Wow.
Any bad experiences? No. I mean, I did have a little, I don't necessarily want to say that it was bad, but I got a reaction out of, I don't remember if it was Jimmy or if it was Jay, and I got a reaction out of Charlotte. Oh my God.
Okay.
I
That reaction, you need to spill whatever is associated with this reaction. Now you have to spill.
I don't even know how the hell I forgot about this, but it was the one of the holiday tours. It was December 2021, and I was what four rows from the barricade, I think, or something like that, and it was no, he wasn't champion. It was when I guess Drew and Sheamus were still having like their small feud or whatever. So what they were doing, they were having like, I think it was like a tag team match of the Viking Raiders and Drew versus Jimmy and Jay and Sheamus, I think is
Mhm.
what it was. Or something, I can't remember, something along the lines of that. And then Sheamus attacked Drew with a chair, which at the very end of the night for the main event made it I think it was like they called it an Orlando street fight is what it was. And I was holding, I was just standing there. I was like, I had my Drew ugly Christmas sweater on. I had my sign and everything. And Sheamus looked over at me and he pointed at the sign and he's just like, he like this the sign and everything. I was just like, don't hate on the sign. I was like, don't hate and everything. And then during the match, he was he had Drew, I guess Drew's throat on at the bottom rope or whatever, and he looked over at me. He's like, "This is for you," and I was just like, "Brick." And I was just like,
Oh
holy,
man.
I know. It's like he literally singled me out for that. And I was just like, but it wasn't necessarily a bad experience, but it was just like,
Like,
it wasn't the greatest, but
oh, that is too funny.
oh my God, I don't know how the hell I forgot about that.
That's funny.
But no,
It's
I've
not
never,
necessarily a bad experience, but it's not like
it's like an
Super
overly
duper.
great one.
wasn't it was a me. It was so.
There you
So
go. There you go. But no, I don't think I've ever had any bad experiences at all. No. Nope. Fortunate enough to say.
Are we Korn fans by chance? Well, yes, I listened to Korn a lot years ago when I was in college, and so where I live in Wisconsin, the town I grew up in, they have Alpine Valley Music Theater. So it's a big outdoor theater, basically. They have concerts like Jimmy Buffett would come there every year. They have all different kinds of concerts there. And I saw the Up in Smoke tour with Korn, Linkin Park, I think Limp Bizkit was there, and Snoop Dogg. So that was my experience seeing Korn. It was super duper fun,
Nice.
and they did the concert was great. So, but yeah, I've seen lots of different concerts. I had to take my sister to her first ever concert was the Backstreet Boys many years ago.
Yeah.
So they were at Miller Park where the Brewers play. So they closed the roof on Miller Park, and yep, that was the Up in Smoke tour. Yep. So that was when I saw Korn there with Linkin Park and Limp Bizkit and Snoop. So yep. But yeah, I remember taking my sister to see having to take her to her first concert, which was the Backstreet Boys. So I had to do that with her. I'm trying to think what I've seen Bob Seger. I got to go see Bob Seger when he did his last tour before he was retired, so that was fun. And he's fantastic live. I still have never seen Metallica. I would love to see Metallica live. I think that would be wonderful. Who else? I mean, we have Summerfest in Milwaukee. I live about 20 minutes or so outside of Milwaukee. So at Summerfest, they have concerts all during Summerfest. A lot of them are at the side state, like free stages. So all you have to pay is to get into Summerfest. You can go pretty much see whoever you want.
Love that.
I've seen, oh my God, I can't think of his name, but it was at the big, I think they call it the American Family Amphitheater now. It used to be called something different, but I think it's called the American Family Amphitheater. It was a country artist, but I can't think of their name. Okay, I'll remember it eventually. I can't think of who it was.
I didn't know House of Carters was a show. So no. Everyone thought.
No, I never watched that, really, to be honest. I know I knew they had their own reality show, but I didn't know. I've never actually watched it. Although Earl will be very happy to know I did check out that home remodeling show that Lil Jon does. That show is hilarious.
Oh, I can believe that.
Holy crap. I actually watched the first 2 episodes. Oh my gosh. He is hysterical. It's so funny. Oh my goodness. And you wouldn't think that he'd come up with these design ideas. And they're decent. They're not terrible.
Okay.
But yeah, that show, it's actually cool. It's actually really funny. Yeah, I enjoyed it. So Earl will be very happy to know I did check out that Lil Jon home remodeling show. It's great. I'm
Love
actually
it.
going to watch another episode of it tonight and just kind of slowly work my way through it.
I love that.
Let's see. I got Justin Timberlake. Yep. Oh, I've seen NSYNC. When I was younger, in my younger days, I saw NSYNC, second row seats, which was crazy.
Right. Jealous.
You know what's really funny? So I went with two other friends, and we had second row center. It used to be called the Bradley Center. Now I think they call it the Fiserv Forum now, but we all call it the Bradley Center still. So it's like where the Bucks play, and college basketball is there all the time, I believe, when they're in town. But that's where they were, and it was really funny because I think the concert was on a Saturday. So Monday, going back to school, a bunch of girls, apparently, I didn't know this, they film the concert, so they have cameras all over the place.
Mhm.
A bunch of girls saw us, me and my 2 friends, on the big screens they have, because Justin Timberlake was playing his guitar and he threw his guitar pick and I caught it. I actually still have it in a picture frame, a little picture frame upstairs.
What?
Yes.
That is
It's a yellow guitar
awesome.
pick. It says NSYNC, but I caught their guitar pick.
Holy crap. I would have lost my shit.
So these girls saw us and they saw me catch the guitar pick because we were only in the second row, and the people in the first row, they weren't sitting at their seats. They were up pushed as where the barricade is right by the stage. So it flew right over their heads, and I ended up catching it. It was actually kind of funny.
That is amazing.
So that was fun.
I love that.
Ooh, Earl says he's seeing Janet Jackson in June. Now that's somebody I'd like to see. That would be amazing. Talk about an experience. Her
Mhm.
with all of her different music over the years.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
He's old school,
She's
but
like-
he's cool.
Earl is old school, and he is cool.
Uh,
Our fearless leader on the wrestling experience. So, yeah, I'll have to dig it out. I have it in my hope chest upstairs, so I'll have to dig it out. I'll have to dig it out of the hope chest. It's covered. It's in the bottom corner of my hope chest, but it's got a bunch of other like keepsakes and mementos and everything in there. So I'll have to. I got to sort through that thing anyway. But yeah, I'll have to dig out the guitar pick and show it, show it sometime if I remember to grab it
that
and dig
is
it out. But
awesome.
I know it's kind of crazy. I'm trying to think. I think it was Chris Stapleton I actually saw at the at Summerfest. He was. I just remember it was a lot of fun and it was funny. I still want to see Willie Nelson. I've always wanted to see Willie Nelson. So yeah, he'd be another concert I would like to check out is Willie Nelson. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I have, Denise. Did you have any questions, Mitch?
Oh yeah, Mitch, do you have any questions? Oh God.
Mitch is our other fearless leader.
When Orange Cassidy's bestie.
Yep, Orange Cassidy's bestie. Me and my sister, did we fight? No, I mean, I'm 5 years old, almost 5 years older than my sister, so I had to babysit her a lot when I was younger. So yeah, we didn't fight a whole ton. It was just more of who's better, the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC. That was usually our argument.
I love that. Hey, at that age, that's a very valid argument.
Yes, it is. It definitely is. I'm trying to think. Oh, you know what else? Another funny music story. So again, living by Alpine Valley, the music carries because it's literally in a valley. So the music carries whenever they have concerts there. And when I was probably 8 or 9 years old, I was sleeping over at a friend's house. Her parents live not far from Alpine Valley. Well, it was at summertime, so we had or close to summer, we had the windows open. New Kids on the Block had a concert going on. We could hear the entire concert perfectly from her bedroom windows. So we were just hanging out in her bedroom, singing along with the songs.
That's freaking awesome. Oh my God.
We didn't even have to go to the concert. We could just hear it all the way. We could just hear it from the bedroom window. It was I'm never gonna forget that. That was so much fun.
I love that, dude. Free concert. You don't even have from the comfort of your bedroom. You don't even have to pay for it.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah. But yeah, that's all. Hoping for some. No, we didn't. There was no suplexing going on in my house when I was a kid. No. Nope. I just watched my younger brother and younger sister quite a lot when my mom was working or going to school. But yeah, I was the responsible one out of the three of us. My older brother was, like I said, he's much older than me. So he was already out of the house in the military overseas at that point. So, yep, as soon as I hit 12, I could stay home by myself. I was babysitting my younger brother and sister while mom worked or was going to school. So, Earl, Earl's got two sisters. I thought you just had one sister, Earl. I didn't know you had two sisters. That's interesting. Yeah, I knew Earl. I thought he only had one sister for some reason. Do you have any siblings, Denise?
I have an older sister. She's 3.5 years older than me.
Okay. No, does she still live where you grew up? Like, is she where you grew up, or is she in Florida as well?
We're all in Florida.
Oh, you're all in Florida now. Okay.
Yeah, she's maybe about 45 minutes from me.
Oh, that's good. At least you're not super far away.
Yeah, no, like my parents are about 25 minutes to a half an hour. It depends upon how people would like to drive.
Yeah, right.
People and the way people drive are it's definitely always an obstacle.
Yeah.
In Florida, it's a blast. And then they live about 15 minutes apart. So no, yeah, I live within an hour. of the-
Okay. Oh, that's cool. At least they're not super far away. If you know
No.
something happens or emergency or anything like that. So,
Exactly.
well, that's all we got for tonight for Queens of the Ring. So, um, everybody, if you could please, so the Queens of the Ring, it's only on the Hardcore Sports Network. So if you could please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, it would be greatly appreciated. It helps Denise and I out a whole bunch. It helps out the Hardcore Sports Network a whole bunch. We've got a lot of fantastic content creators. So I mean, if you guys are into sports, basketball, baseball, wrestling, any kind of sport, any kind of sport, we've got it covered. So you guys should check out the different content creators we have on Hardcore Sports Network, because I guarantee you, no matter what sport you like, you'll be able to find somebody that covers it. We do shows. There's stuff going on every single day. So I will be back tomorrow night on the Hardcore Sports Network and on Earl's channel, The Wrestling Experience, tomorrow night with Earl and Nick for AEW Dynamite. So we'll have the Dynamite watch along. Thursday, Earl and I will be on the Wrestling Experience, just going over Dynamite and AEW Dynasty that just happened on Sunday night.
And
That's right, Nick. Yeet.
and speak of the devil, on Friday we'll be joining Earl and Nikki for SmackDown.
Yes. Yes. Yep. So, yeah, Robert, we have another content creator. Her name is
God,
Tatiana.
please. Jesus.
Tat-
You don't want none, Nikki. You don't want none. It's okay. Let
Robert,
me
I know you.
put me to sleep. That's what you'll do.
So, Robert, we actually have another content creator. Her name is Tatiana. Tatiana covers Ring of Honor,
I heard New Japan.
New Japan Pro Wrestling. I thought she did AEW too, but maybe she doesn't. But I thought she did. I could have sworn she did AEW. But yeah, so Tatiana covers New Japan Pro Wrestling as well as what was the other one? Yep, she does AEW as well. So so New Japan Pro Wrestling, AEW, and Ring of Honor. So we definitely have, and we just added another content creator who covers NXT on Tuesdays. So again, like I said, if you like wrestling, we've got all the wrestling shows covered for everybody. No Dirt Sheets. Thank you, Mitch. That's his name. I could not think of the name. So yeah, check out No Dirt Sheets on Twitter. You'll be able to find him with the Hardcore Sports Network, and he'll have you we'll have you guys covered for wrestling. So I don't know what that means. It's Tuesday. Tuesday once a month means Queens of the Ring.
What? It's Tuesday. What does that mean, Nikki?
Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, let's go.
AEW.
AEO.
No, wait, NXT, my bad.
I was like,
Oh,
wait,
I'm like,
NXT, I had a long freaking day.
you
so
poor
did I.
thing.
So did I.
Me and Denise were talking AJ Styles for like 3 hours.
Oh my God.
God.
Lord.
You guys are crazy.
Yeah,
You guys are crazy.
I was literally minding my own business, watching TNA. That's what I was doing.
Oh, Robert, that's so cool.
Tweet that everything says.
He said, yeah, he said that's the No Dirt Sheets is the reason why I found. That's so cool.
Yep. I
Wow.
popped into a chat and I was like, hey, come over here. Yep.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's very cool.
Love that.
Oh, Brody. I miss him.
Too. Him and Bray together.
Oh my God, I know. I want to go back and watch. I want to go back and start watching from when the Wyatt family came from NXT onto the main roster.
Hmm.
So good. So
Yes.
good. That's why I'm hoping that with Uncle Howdy hopefully coming back, if that's what all these little glitches in the shows mean, I'm really hoping that with Uncle Howdy coming back, we're going to see Eric Rowan back.
Mhm.
When he's ready, I'm hoping that's how we see Braun Strowman coming back. I have a sneaky suspicion Alexa Bliss will be involved somehow, and I'm down for it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. We need some more chaos up in here.
Yeah, yeah. Shame on John Cena for bearing the Wyatt family. That wasn't very nice. They were fantastic. Like if I was a little kid when that was going on, I would have been scared to death
That,
of them.
yeah.
I
Oh,
would have
yeah.
been scared of them the same way I was scared of the Undertaker when I was a little kid.
Like, even when it, like, because, okay, no, the Fiend had come around before I started watching wrestling again, but, like, when he would come out and I was like, okay, y'all got to stop panning up close on him. It is like, because that is creepy as hell. I can't do this. Stop it.
I know.
So good with the Fiend. That's like, how scary.
That, and I think it's crazy that you have Tom Savini creating the Fiend mask.
Yes.
That's wild to me.
Mhm.
That's just wild to me. I can't believe it.
No, absolutely.
Straight- oh my God.
Oh my god.
No, we're not. Man, no. No. That's why WWE is getting good now. It's because McMahon's finally out of there. So that's why I'm happy about it.
Yes.
They're taking steps in the right direction, which is wonderful to see. So, but yeah, so that's all we have for Queens of the Ring, guys. We actually come back on Tuesday, May 14th. I think that's May 14th. Is it May 14th that we come back, Mitch?
That's Earl's call, so yeah.
Oh,
No.
okay.
You
Really?
like these avatars?
Really?
What?
Come on, you gotta use Nyx.
I already did.
But you gotta continue to.
All right, fine.
No. Nick and AJ. Come on. There
So
you go. Yes.
Fine.
We gotta
Oh, well,
cover
not
all.
me.
We gotta cover all the bases.
Yeah.
I know Earl said it in one of his comments.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, I'm trying to find it. I was like scrolling up trying to
It's
find
like
it. I just
all
want
the
to
way
make
to
sure.
the top.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Here, I gotta give me a sec. God dang.
Where be May 14th.
Yep.
It
I
is
was
May
right.
14th. Okay, yep. So we come back on May 14th for our next episode of Queens of the Ring. So,
Hey, maybe
This was-
we'll get a guest on that one.
oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's
Yep.
fine. If you
Don't
want to
worry.
get a guest for the me one, that would be awesome. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in.
And all
This
that
was a lot of this was a lot of fun.
Yes.
This was super fun. So,
Time.
but yeah, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. We hope everybody has a great rest of the evening. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll see all of you guys next month in May.
You guys have a good night.